Instead, the moment my fingertips trace her hand, a flash of light blinds me, and I feel a strange suffocating sensation inside me, as if a rope was just tightened around my chest. What is this? White. Swirling lights drag me in, and in the midst of it a vague but beautiful scenery appears before my eyes. It's a balcony high above land, overlooking a red sunset. And on that balcony is a figure, a young girl, watching that sunset. There are hair ornaments in her long, raven black hair, and she's clad, in robes fit for a princess. Her back is turned against me, but I can still feel that she is sad. Who are you? She moves slightly as if reacting to my voice. Then her head turns to face me, slowly. With a flash it all disappears as quickly as it came. The figure and the white lights vanish in a second, and I feel as if I have gone blind. Soon I realize that I am still standing on the hillside beneath the tree, my eyes wide and my hands stretched out into the air like an idiot. As my senses slowly return to me, I shake my head and blink a couple of times. Yoko is still standing in front of me, but the distance between us has increased, as if she has taken a couple of steps back. Her eyes are wide as they stare at me in both confusion and anger. Yoka? What was that? Her voice is cold and suspicious. Hey, what did you do to me? I look down at my hand. What just happened? That strange sensation, like a rope tightening around my chest, that had felt terrifyingly familiar, and the vision? What was going on? Answer me! It's obvious that whatever has happened also inflicted her, and she's not very happy about it. I don't know. Feeling confused, I can't help, but also get a little upset about her aggressive behavior. It's not like I'm at fault. I have no clue whatsoever about what just happened. Yoko's eyes narrow again. Crap, she's really pissed now. The anger I felt from her earlier, when we were introduced, is nothing compared to now. Yoko, I take a step towards her in my attempt to explain myself. Don't come near me. The sharp and cold tone in her words make me stop, and she makes a small movement with her hand. Wait, she can't really be thinking of drawing a weapon. What is she thinking? This is crazy. Stop that! I am sad to realize how desperate my voice sounds. I didn't do it. I have no idea how that happened. Yoko watches me closely for another couple of seconds. Is that true? Yeah, of course it is. I don't know what it was. And yet I have a bad feeling about what it could be in the back of my mind. Her stance relaxes a little, but she's still on her guard. Then how? A human is not supposed to be able to do something like that. I don't know, unless you have the orb already. My mind freezes at this comment. Could she means... Does she know? Unpleasant memories resurface, and the bad feeling in the back of my mind only grows worse. So that is why. Yoko's voice is calm again, but still cold. She's still keeping her distance from me and not letting me out of sight. Why? What? Why Tia is so adamant about bringing you along? She probably noticed it. It doesn't look like you have it on you, Fa. Did you use the orb? What? No, I just saw it. Saw it? Don't try and lie to me. I know it can't have that effect on you when you haven't even carried it around or used it. Seriously, I have no idea what that thing was, or what you're talking about for that matter. This is all really getting to me. It's just too strange. If only I could just get away from it all. Yoko falls silent again, just watching me. Please just tell me what's going on. Tell me what happened when you saw the orb. Huh? It doesn't look like you're lying, so I want you to explain what happened. She crossed her arms and looked at me expectantly. I doubt that she'd believe me, but I start to tell my story anyway. Well, it was yesterday. It is the beginning of summer, and 2 other friends and I had decided to leave the farm and small village behind and maybe go to town. There had been a lot of rumors and disturbing stories from the occasional outsider who visited either the town or the small village. The stories that had usually been told by people at gatherings in an attempt to impress or entertain the listeners had gradually changed into something that people would tell with a with careful, ominous voice, and with dark and nervous mood surrounding them. Unpleasant things were going on in the world outside, whether we believed the strange and unnatural rumors or not. And that day I had seen it myself. Life on the farm really proved itself very exciting, and 2 of my friends and myself would often leave when we had the chance. We would then either go to town if we could get away early, or just venture into the hills surrounding it. This is what we had done today as well. Once upon a time, we would go here to explore and imagine that we were on different adventures. Especially one of my 2 friends, who was also living and working on our farm, would talk about how we wish to go traveling when we get older. I tried to imagine doing the same, but somehow I found it harder to do so. Give me some water. If I got the chance to live and go on a real adventures one day, would I be able to do it? Come on, are you afraid? Afraid? Shut up, of course not. Why would I be afraid of that? As we grew older, this just became a refuge to go to and escape the duties of the farm. My older friend, who came from town, had been talking a lot about the girl he had seen recently. He's talking about her today as well. I admit I'm not really listening. I stare up the sky and listen to the birds. That is when I suddenly realize that the birds are not singing anymore. The other 2 are bickering a bit when I rise from my spot in the grass and look around. Listen, isn't something strange here? They both stop and listen. One of them shook his head, when suddenly there was a terrifying sound, almost like the roar of a large beast somewhere nearby. What was that? A wolf? No, besides we don't have something like that around here. We all look at each other. Maybe we should get out of here. There was another sound in the air, but this time it sounded like a human voice. What it said, if it did say anything, couldn't be heard. It's from over there. I look in the direction he's pointing. Obviously, something is going on behind those hills. I feel the hairs rise on the back of my neck as I try to think of what it can be. Wolves? No. Come on, if someone is there, then we have to help them, right? My friends start running up the hill. Although my entire being tells me to turn around and leave it be, I pull myself together and follow them. As we reach the top of the hill, it is as if a shadow has covered the area. The bright summer morning has turned into dusk, like had we just stepped into another world? And in the middle of that, someone's lying on the ground back up against an old tree trunk. He looks like he's knocked out. Someone is down there. I follow them down towards the figure on the ground. One of my friends lagged behind while looking around cautiously. Do you think whatever we heard is still here? I don't know, I have a bad feeling about this. As the 2 of them talk, I slowly approach the stranger. As I get closer, I can't help but think he looks somehow familiar. Is he alive, Kevin? I don't know. I walk closer. He doesn't look like a normal townsman with those expensive clothes. A robbery, perhaps. Suddenly, I hear one of my friends cry out behind me. "Damn it, Kevin!" I spin around at the sound of his desperate voice, and then I see it, coming over the hilltop in our direction. Walking on all four legs like an animal, with jet black fur and golden eyes. It definitely isn't a wolf. It is far too big to be something like that. It growls in a low tone while slowly coming closer. "What the? Run away!" Both my friends run as fast as they can in the opposite direction of this creature as they realize the danger they are in. It's coming towards me and this stranger. I turn around to flee myself, but then I feel a tug in my pants and I hear low moaning sound. I look down and see that the stranger has woken up. He lifts his head grudgingly while still holding onto me. "No. Let's go. We have to get out of here." He looks up and sees the dark creature still heading down towards us. Then he looks at me as if he finally really woken up. "Oh no." Quickly he jumps back up on his feet and throws himself at me. I feel something being pushed towards my chest. "Here, take it." I look down and see what it is he's trying to give me. It is a small round object that looks like it is made out of glass. It reminds me of a crystal ball. I try to make him let go of me, but he keeps trying to get me to hold this thing. "No, what are you doing?" There is a loud snarl and we both look up and see the creature come running towards us now. I freeze on the spot as I see it approach with increasing speed. "We're done for." "No, stay away!" The stranger says this and holds his arms out as in desperate attempt to shield himself from the attack. In the hand closest to me, he's still holding the orb. And then, just as I expect to see my life flash before my eyes before I die, a strange light flashes up before my eyes. And then, just as I expect to see my life flash before my eyes before I die, a strange light flashes up before my eyes. Like something exploding, a sharp light emerges from the orb. As the demon is only a few inches away and a shockwave punches into my chest. I am blown to the ground with a strange feeling that my entire being and soul has just been shaken. My head is spinning. Still not entirely clear in the head, I try to push myself up from the ground. Looks like both the stranger and the creature were struck by the shockwave as well. The creature is writhing a bit on the ground several meters away, while trying to get on its feet. To my left, the stranger is also rising from the ground and starts to run for his life. I follow his example, though in a different direction than him. While hoping that the monster took a severe blow, I try to run the best I can, although my body is still shaken. I don't know for how long I ran like that before finally stopping to take a breather. Okay, to take a breath, that should be. Either that creature really did get seriously hurt, or it ran after the other man instead of me. I found myself in a familiar area near town, and went there to look for my friends. Instead I just found even more trouble, it seems. After completing my story, I look at Yoko. She's leaning up against the tree, her eyes closed. I think she trusts me a little more now, as she has let me come closer to her again. I try to read her expression, but I can't figure out what she's thinking. She doesn't even look the slightest bit shocked or angered from what I have just said. Maybe she just doesn't believe the story. It would not surprise me if she didn't. I wouldn't believe it either. So, you met a demon? She says it is bluntly, like it was the most natural thing in the world. It was most likely after the orbs you saw. It must have had some sort of effect on you after what happened. Tia told me that this orb has the ability of sight, and that is apparently what it gave you. When you touched me, you saw a part of me. A part of you? Yeah, more exactly a part of my past. That orb has the power to tell fortunes about past, present or future. Some of that has been transferred to you, hence the seeing part. You're telling me that I can see people's pasts? I do not know, maybe. I can't believe that the effect on you is long term. Maybe this was all you were able to see. I am just a human, so I can't sense the powers of the orbs. We'll have to consult Tia about this. Just a human. Demons? She speaks of those things like they were all everyday things to her. And now that she says that some of the orb's power has been transferred into me so I can see it to other people. But what I saw didn't make any sense. No comment. Her stare grows a little colder again. It's clear that I won't get an explanation about that. But I still can't get it. What was that orb thing? And the demon? How? She sighs in an annoyed manner. Right, I guess there's no point in not telling you about that now. The orb you saw is one of many. They contain the power of the angels and have been spread across the world. Each of them grant the user different abilities. Angels. Yeah, angels. The orbs fell to Earth not too long ago. Many of them are still hidden, but there are also a lot of different people searching for them. Angels, demons, humans. You may have heard stories or rumors about this. So that thing I had seen was something that had fallen down to Earth from heaven. I don't know what to think, in spite of what I have experienced. I still desperately want to believe and rely on my common sense, which tells me that all of this just can't be. That is hard to believe. Believe whatever you want, just don't deny what you see. But how did that happen? The orbs getting spread across the world and everything. And how do you know about all of this? Another impatient sigh. Really, you will have to ask Tia about all of those things some other time. So this strange group of people is looking for the orb I saw. But wait a minute, doesn't that mean that eventually they risk running into that demon? And they are just dragging me along too? Yoko sounds like she's expecting me to keep leading them to the mansion. Why do they want me to take them there anyway? Then it hits me. I should have been able to foresee this all along. That night, when I met the demon, the other person with the orb it was the owner of that mansion.